All right, here is the 11:15 patch for Chaos Zero Nightmare. It looks like there's going to be a few different changes to the game, so let's kind of go through them real quick. The Zero system upgrades will now apply to all of Chaos, so pretty sure that means we're going to get our shop refreshes, we're going to get all those stats for grinding in the Zero system, which is going to make Lab Zero a lot easier, which is kind of cool. We're going to get Galactic Disaster. The difficulty of Laboratory Zero Chaos will be further expanded, so we're going to get 3 more difficulty levels. So it's going to be made a little bit easier earlier on, and then they're going to add some more difficult stages for the people that want to keep pushing their characters to the limit. So when I go live after this comes out, I'm going to go try and see if I can't push up to 9, 10, and 11. And then the Chaos Interior boss will appear as a rare species. Okay, that'll be kind of interesting. We're going to get some more rewards, which looks like some traces of memory, some core memory particles, and I guess we're going to get Chaos Orbs as normal drops now as well. Okay. Chaos Orbs will be added to the rewards in Laboratory Zero. We just saw that. And starting from difficulty 2. Okay. So we're going to get some of those. Normal rare species will now appear in the Laboratory Zero Chaos. Cool. Penalty rules in the Laboratory Zero Chaos will be updated starting from difficulty level 5. 1 to 3 penalties will be applied at random. The penalty list will match the list used in Zero System Codex. Random, huh? Oh, that's just like the normal things we're refreshing. Some unidentified area choice rewards in the Laboratory Zero will be improved. Emergency broadcast system, turn the power off option. Was that's 3 stress. Now we're going to get a random combat epiphany. That's nice. Failed replica 2, comfort him option. Instead of max HP, we're going to get an helium epiphany to 1 selected card. That's a really nice change. That's going to make making decks a lot easier. A selected epiphany makes things very, very nice. Heart of the Ore Vein 1, analyze the Ore Vein option, was convert 1 selected common card into a random legendary neutral card. It's now increased stress, and now we get another Nihilium Epiphany. That's very good. And then Heart of the Ore Vein 1 end option is select and duplicate 1 card from 3 random rare higher cards. Oh my gosh, they're making things so much easier. Wow. Okay, so we're actually going to be able to make decks a little bit more consistently. I'm going to be able to get my Double Oath K-Ron deck. Now I'm going to be able to beat the last boss, or the weekly boss. Unidentified area choice rewards encountered in the Dimensional Tunnel of the Laboratory Zero Chaos will be improved. Stagnant time. Apply 1 memory encroachment before and stress by 6. Now we get a combat epiphany. And then project peace, we get a combat epiphany at random. And then the records of a toast, we get a trigger Nihilium epiphany to run random card. Again, wow, this is going to be great for making some good decks, actually. It's going to be way easier. Galactic Disaster Season Equipment, 5 types and 3 types will be improved. Equipment adjustments, Nerve Hacking Module. So when an ally uses a Forbidden card, plus 20 damage amount, plus 20 shield amount, gained for 1 turn, 2 times per turn. When an ally uses a Forbidden card, plus 20, 2 times per battle. Wait, it got changed to 2 times per battle instead of 2 times per turn? What? Isn't that the same thing? 2 times per turn versus 2 times per battle? I don't know. I feel like they made that one worse. Maybe I'm reading that one wrong. Incomplete Carapace. At the end of turn, if you have 5 or more cards in hand. Fixed Shield. At the end of turn, if you have 3 or more. Okay, that one's less. And then Unconfirmed Recovery. And maybe the first one was just, it was only occurring 2 times, like in general, I guess. I don't know. There must be something different for that one. Unconfirmed Recovery Ample. When an ally uses a Forbidden card, recover 3 max HP. Now it's when an ally uses a Forbidden card, recover 3 max HP and a shield. Okay. Improved. Dopamine Injector. When drawn with ability, plus 20% damage amount for 1 turn, 2 times per turn. After, when drawn with an ability, increase damage amount by 20% for 1 turn, 2 times per turn. Increase damage amount by 20% for 1 turn, 2 times per turn. So it can be 40%. When drawn with ability, plus 20% damage out for 1 turn, 2 times per turn. I'm not seeing the difference. Mutant Predator Spike. When there are 6 or more cards in your hand, increase damage amount by 30%, and now it's down to 4 cards. Okay, at least some of those got improved. I gotta be reading the other 2 wrong. Card adjustments, 3 types. Self-generating experiment before cost 2. 1 time per turn when there are 6 or more cards in hand, the cost of 1 random card in hand changes to 0, or from 2-0 for 1 turn. After lead, 1 time per turn when there are 6 or more cards in hand, the cost of 1 random card in hand changes to 0 for 1 turn. Changes to 0. So it's gonna start in your hand. Is there anything else with that before? No? Okay. So that starts in your hand. I didn't really love that card, but maybe that'll make it a little better. 1 time per turn upon using 4 cards, draw 1 card. Lead 1 time per turn upon using 4 cards, draw 1 card. I don't really think this is that good either. Forbidden algorithm, create 1 random forbidden card in hand. Exhaust / lead, create 1. Okay. At least they're giving them leads though. Maybe I can make a little janky build with forbidden algorithm. Okay, some memory fragment set options will be improved. This is the biggest change of this patch. Let's see what they did. So Spark of Passion set, 4 set, went from 15% bonus damage to 20%. It appears that the negative effects of this is still there. I don't know if that makes Spark of Passion set better. Like, the whole reason people didn't like it was because it was hard to utilize this versus just crit damage and attack where you never had to go through loops and hoops. Offering in the Void set, I actually use this set on Kayron, so that's a 5% increase to my damage on Kayron. That's pretty good. I feel like Void is the only like consistent one where I can actually utilize it because I can almost always exhaust something before a big damage turn, or it's like incorporated in it. So I feel like that's the best of these sets. Maybe Instinctual Growth set can kind of compete up there, but so now if you have 4 more cards in hand, it's going to do 20% damage. Only person that can really use this is Khalip, I feel like. Maybe there's a couple other people, like maybe like a Cassius or something, like damage dealing Cassius, but again, still think the 2/2/2 is going to be a lot more appealing. And not to mention with the 2/2/2, you're really building a damage set for any damage dealer. So it's a really flexible set that you can just, if you build 2 different 2/2/2 setups for 2 different damage dealers, you can literally just keep transferring that gear to any team setup you have and give them like 50-60% crit and just have great gear. So this didn't really so far address what the problem with the 4 sets is. When attack cards are used, increase damage amount of order cards by 10% for 1 turn. Max 2 times. So it's only a 5% damage increase, but actually the bullet order set might be better now because you only have to use 2 cards to get the full value. So I think bullet order and the Offering in the Void set are the winners of this one, since if you're already using Offering in the Void, you just got a damage bump, and bullet order got way better. Like, putting that down to only 2 activations and getting an increase is pretty good. The other 2 sets are kind of at the same spot. So if you were using those before, you're going to continue to use them. Otherwise, there's still a net negative on them. I don't know what else I'd like them to do, but maybe this will get more people to use them. I just think unless I get some busted pieces of like Instinctual or Spark of Passion, I just probably won't use those sets still. Error fixes, an issue where the event Guardians of the Ark event appeared disabled in the event list despite not being completed will be fixed. An issue where intermittent errors occurred in Laboratory Zero Chaos will be fixed. I don't think any of this is like super relevant. An issue where defeating the Cold Matron in Laboratory Zero with continuous strikes causes the game to become unplayable will be fixed. Eloise and Bria's passive did not appear correctly when Kayvon converted. What? An issue where Eloise and Bria's passive effects related to creating/obtaining status ailment cards did not apply correctly when Kayron converted cards into fertility cards through Oath of Vanity will be fixed. We got some. Wow. Even, dude, Eloise was even worse than I thought. Oath of Vanity wasn't even working with that shit. Hated that. An issue where the void effect of chapter 2 boss behaved differently from tooltip. Alright, well, combatant Kayron VA credit will be corrected. Okay. Thank you. Alright. So yeah, big winners for the patch are offering the void set and the bullet of order set. I think both of those got some solid improvements. But that's the 12.11.15 patch. So it'll be interesting to check out this difficulty later on. But yeah, catch you guys in the next one. Peace.